What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Good late morning. We've got some more college football prospects to take a look at in this video. And again, we're adjusting things a little bit. This video is going to be wide receivers and then offensive linemen. I decided to shift things around a little bit, and I also decided to feature a couple more players every week because right tackle got taken off the board when we extended Abe Lucas. I just don't think it's really worth the time to look at right tackles when we just gave Abe Lucas all that money. Whatever you think of that extension, and personally, I'm fine with it. Whatever you think of it, he's going to be the guy for a little while. So I just don't feel the need to expend the energy. So let's take a look at receivers first. We got 7 guys this week I want to call out. 2 of them on USC, Makai Lemon and Jacoby Lane. Both of them played really well for USC. Lemon carried the load for the most part, about $160 and 2 touchdowns, almost a 90 grade. 90 grade. And Jacoby Lane, it was 91 yards and a touchdown, but the touchdown was an absolute highlight reel. So go check that out if you haven't seen it. So the USC duo looks like they're going to be good. They could both be day 2 picks very easily. Eric Singleton Jr. of Auburn had a nice little game, a couple of touchdowns, only 64 yards, but he definitely did his job. 69.4 grade. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry. That I was way off there. But Jeremy Bernard of the Crimson Tide. Alabama was playing a joke opponent like a lot of these good teams were, but 67 yards, 2 touchdowns, 63.9. So pretty good. He continues to be one of the things on Alabama that's standing out positively in what has been a not great start to their season. Chris Bell of Louisville. Nice little game for him. He's somebody who's popping onto my radar recently. 4 catches, 83 yards, and a touchdown, 65.4 grade. KC Concepcion of the Aggies, another Aggie that I like this year. Had a good game. 6 catches, 2 touchdowns, 73 yards, good grade, 75.7. And final guy, I think we had this guy last week, Elijah Sarat of the Hoosiers. He's one of the guys catching the ball from Mendoza over there, and he was great. 9 catches, 97 yards, 3 touchdowns. So tough to beat that. He did have 1 drop. He was the only guy on this list that dropped anything, but when you catch 3 passes, 1 drop tends to go down a little bit easier. So 81.1 grade. And yeah, he was maybe the best receiver was definitely Lemon this week, I think, but it was a good group of receivers this week for the most part. A lot of guys doing their thing. Excuse me. And I hope we can get one. All right, now we move to the offensive line. And again, the only positions I'm really going to be looking at this year as things stand are center and right guard. I cannot imagine this team making a serious investment at any of those positions unless something disastrous happens in the next 4 months. Somebody gets a massive injury, or even then, I don't know. I mean, you'd have to do something, but I don't know if it would be a high draft pick. Center and right guard, on the other hand, absolutely. So we got 4 centers this week, which is a lot more than we usually get. So let's be grateful for that. Although I will admit this comes with some caveats. I don't think it was a great week overall. It was a decent week. Nobody really stood out as being a super stud. Like Connor Lew of Auburn was certainly good. Auburn put up 42 points, ran for over 220 yards, but he did allow 1 pressure and he had 1 penalty. Before we go any further into this video, I want to tell you a little bit about my friends over at Sleeper. Have you heard about the app, the Sleeper app? Download it. I'm going to let you in on a little something now. It's more than just a platform for fantasy leagues. Yes, this year, millions of users enjoyed playing fantasy sports on Sleeper, but there is so much more to this app. There are live stats, real-time updates, and visualizations on all stats. News feed is lightning fast. You get updates on your favorite players and teams. There is a chat you can use in real time to engage with other users about plays and performances. All kinds of fun stuff like that over there. So download the Sleeper app, the #1 sports app today. Experience it yourself. Use promo code SBN to get a $100 match on your first deposit. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Currently operational in over 25 states. Check out Sleeper today. SBN promo code. Back to the video. And that may not sound like a big deal, but remember, he's a center. Allowing pressures as a center in college football is not something that should be happening very often. The better centers in college football allow like 3 or 4 pressures all season, sometimes less. And the penalty, of course, we don't like that. 60.7 run blocking grade, so that's not exciting, but overall graded above average, almost a 66. Then we had Jake Slaughter of Florida, and big honking caveat here, they lost. Florida lost to, what was it, South Florida? That's a pretty terrible loss, and Slaughter was a part of it. No pressures allowed, though. 133 rushing yards is not terrible, although against that opponent, it's not good. But Slaughter also had a penalty of his own, and he also had a mediocre run block grade. His overall grade was really good. They liked his pass blocking a lot. But again, we are talking about real caveats. And Parker Brailsford of Alabama, we got to keep talking about this guy because I do think he is an interesting pro prospect, but we continue to not see the things that we're hoping to see from him, I think. He didn't allow any pressures, so that's cool. Alabama scored 73 points. Again, joke opponent, but whatever. 212 rushing yards by Alabama, 5.9 yards per carry. That's great. 2 penalties. How do you commit 2 penalties against, I can't even remember who Alabama played, but it was a team that gave up 73 points. So it was a very, very low-level team. It was ULM, Louisiana Monroe, I think, now that I think about it. So I don't know what's up with that. But he was graded well overall. I'm not saying he played bad, but I'd like to see a little bit more from this guy personally. So we got that. And then we got the Oregon guy, Lalo Ulu. He's intriguing, and Oregon's obviously going to be printing points this year. 0 pressures allowed, 69 points by Oregon, over 300 rushing yards, dominant on the ground. Didn't commit any penalties, which makes him stand out this week. 68 run block, 72.9 overall grade. So good player, had a good week. And then we got right guard. Only got 2 guys this week I want to call out. One is Reed Adams, the Aggie, A&M. No pressures allowed. A&M racked up 44 points and 235 rushing yards. Above average run block grade and a pretty good PFF grade of 68.7. Let me move my head there a little bit. So good week for him. And then the other guy, this is kind of the big gun, I think, at the right guard position this draft. DJ Campbell, Longhorn. He's a guy who could be a top 100 pick. Didn't allow any pressures. Texas did rack up the 38 points, and they ran the ball effectively, $155. 2 penalties, though. So again, it's like, come on. You shouldn't be committing penalties against the worst teams on your schedule. And Texas played, again, I don't remember who it was, but it was a really bad team. About average run blocking grade, but the overall PFF grade was 64.3, which is slightly above average. So we'll continue to monitor and see if he's a guy worth pursuing when we get to the 2026 draft. But I think he is considered the cream of the crop. All right, that's it for this video. Sorry about my voice. Still a little bit lost. Let me know what you guys think about this crop. We'll do defense later. But yeah, go Hawks, and everybody have a great rest of your day.